Today's video is more a compilation of several short videos that I've put together in the last few days over a series of jobs I've had to do on the property. Starting with changing the blades over on the chipper. You remember the last episode we chipped up the top branches of a blue gum that had fallen. Then we've got to prune and shred some of the shrubs and trees around the house. After that, we're going to shift a little bit of gravel out of the dam and remove a couple of stumps off the back paddock, and finish up with clearing some lantana off the back paddocks too. So a little bit of variety this time, so I hope you enjoy it. And don't forget to hit the like button, thumbs up, and subscribe. Always helps. Thank you. Well, if you recall on the last video, we did use the wood chipper here to chip up the upper limbs of the blue gum branch that fell off the tree at the back. Today I'm going to take out the blades from this one and check them, possibly reverse them. They're double-sided blades. I noticed when I was clearing the blockage last time that the blades edges had a few nicks and scratches in them, so I'll just have a bit of a look at them and turn them over. But looks like I'll have to start developing a way to sharpen these blades fairly soon, because a lot of this stuff that I chip is extremely hard, and there's quite often a bit of rubbish in there too, I dare say, and that's what's doing it. But yep, that's what today's all about. So I'm going to flip the lid on this thing, take the blades out, and reverse them at this stage. All right, let's strike a blow. Take that off of there, over there. And let's get the top of the chute down. Whoa, heavy, heavy. And these are the blades here. I've got to undo those. Yes, they've got quite a lot of notches on them. So we'll get onto these ones. Yeah, well, this rotor is very, very stiff to turn. I'm thinking look at this, all bloody wood fibre and bark and stuff that's possibly got tangled up around the spindle. But there's still a bit more to it than that. This can really get wrapped up, so I'll have to get a blade or something and dig it out. This very fibrous sort of material has been putting a bit of pressure in there. The main worry is that it would build up in there and affect the seal, because these sort of stuff can run along the shaft and wear the seal. Okay, okay, here we go. Right, try again. Oh, that's tight. I'll try the next one. Nope. Spanner work. All right. Yeah. Okay. Oh, shit. Right. Ah, crap, that's tight. All right. These bolts are extra tight, so we've got to get an Allen key on that side, and on this side double up a bit with my spanners. Yeah. Good. Yes, that's that one. I'll go around and just loosen all of these first. Yeah, well, wouldn't want to have to do that all day. got those, and those, and those. Alright, so that's those. Alright, it's got that one. We'll turn it over. Pretty jagged edge too. I don't know if you can see that sort of thing that close, but a bit ragged. But we'll just turn it over for the time being. We'll come back and sharpen both sides another day. But looks like you can only get it in one place, so there's no adjusting to be done. Gotta be careful, this thing's pretty sharp. Do. And lucky last. Alright, let's see if we can do them up. Just double check. Yep. It's just as well they got nylock nuts on here, because if one of these came off during full flight, it would be a mess. Okay, and that's the basis of the process. It's all very awkward and very heavy. There we go. There. Close the lid, seal her up. Hopefully, should be all nice and sharp for the next go. Alright, take up your tools, and away we go. Changing the input roller speed is beneficial when you have very hard or very large wood to go inside there. Now, normally this machine was built for up to 6-inch pine, but a 3-inch version of this black wattle here would be more than equivalent to that. And so in order to avoid the shock, I've slowed down the input roller speed so that the chips coming out the other end are much smaller, and it's easier on the machine. This is a bit of a project for today. Is this pear tree we put in years ago. It gets a bit scraggly at the top, but one of the problems I have is that it's sprung from rootstock down in here. That little branch there is come up from the rootstock, and whatever plant that was, it's come up with these spines. They're very, very long and they're very strong, and if they get on the ground, like there you can see, they're very strong and they could be a big risk for tyres. I mean, look at the size of those spines against my hand there. It's pretty nasty stuff, so I'm going to just prune that one stem that's come out of the rootstock out of there to see if it goes any better. Let's get in here and give it a chop. I think I'll just take one little limb at a time. It's held up by the rest of the tree. I'll drop that one out of there. Very sticky with those spines. Yep. And okay. Let's move it. Alrighty, let's see if we can drag that out of there. Rah. And this one. Oh, it's covered in spikes. Nasty bit of work. Okay, well, that's a bit clearer. Wow, what a tangle. This is one of the good branches, just in the way. There you go. There's a branch junction up there that's going in every direction. See if I can shortchange it. Watch my eyes and everything here. Spiky, spiky. I don't want any of those spikes going astray. Alright. We go for the big one. There's another little renegade. Watch it stand on it. Good. A little silky oak tree here too. I might even cut the pear tree away and let the silky oak stay. And I'll never tell you a pear tree is tough. But it's true. Starting to sit on the blade. Oh, there. Okay. There we go. Might have to strap this one to the ute and drive her away. She's a little bit caught up. Give it a go. Here we go. Oh, when's it going to stop? That's longer than I thought. Right. Well, while I'm in the mood and got the tools here, I might as well do a bit of pruning on the mulberry tree while it's bare in the winter time, and just trim that down a bit. It's getting a bit tall in the top, so we'll do that. Alright, got the ladder out now. Let's see if we can get up to those top ones and give them a bit of a trim. That should do. I reckon about there. There we go. Anyway, stuck everywhere. All right. Okay, one more. Yep. Get that in it. Jeez. That's all up here, I suppose. There. Just drop all this stuff here ready to go in the shredder. And, save walking backwards and forwards at the time while moving. I think the trunk will go over here for the wood chipper. If you've ever considered making a video, bear in mind that sometimes more than half the time spent is setting up and then retrieving cameras. Mind you, you do get a little bit of extra exercise as well. This is just one of the reasons why you should click the like button and subscribe, and also leave a comment below these videos to let us know what's working and what's not. And it's part of the reward for putting in all the time and hard work, and it is often a great deal of work. This is an exercise in frustration. Not only is it very, very difficult to see what's in front of the bucket, and let alone what's under it, but these two stumps I'm trying to pick up are obviously of different sizes. I tried a number of ways to do it, but in the end I had to concede defeat. But yeah, I wanted to stick it out for a bit. These two stumps are a pair of very old dead black wattle trees that I had pushed over some time ago, and the tops of these trees were the ones that I chipped after I sharpened the chipper blades, so that's why the noise you heard was quite loud, because the wood was very, very dead and very hard indeed. Whenever I've got the bucket on the front of the tractor and I'm passing by the dam, if I've got time, I like to drop down and just grab a bucket or two full of the washed down shale and gravel that's come through from the valley during the last flood and was clogging up the head of the dam a little bit. So as you'll see, I've been retrieving quite a bit of it. Another thing when punting a tractor around in close quarters, you not only got to be aware of your height of your ROPS bar all the time, but the length of the whole unit, whether it be the bucket or in this case the longest implement I have, the wood chipper. They can end up bumping into things and causing a bit of damage. This ever-growing pile of gravel that I've been creating is going to be used as road base on our driveway sort of thing, because it's we have to maintain it ourselves, otherwise you've got to pay a grader and dump trucks etc. to bring stuff in, but luckily the flood has supplied. This is another paddock in another corner of the property where I don't spend a lot of time, but I've just come over here to push back some of the lantana that is ever creeping into the paddock. This stuff I haven't touched for a long time. Underneath it are a series of logs and old dead trees and things. I've also got to be a little bit careful of how far I push it, because there's a very steep drop off into a ravine just about 5 metres, 20 foot beyond where you can see. Now this is always very rewarding when you can get this sort of result that I get here. Lantana is, while it's a weed, is very good for the ground. Actually the soil underneath lantana ends up being quite good for growing. time to put a bit of juice in it. And I'll put the cap on the seat because I have driven away before and forgotten to put the cap on. So. It's a slow process, but it gets the job done. I'm just near the end of the drum here, I think. It won't be long enough to go and get some more. But, luckily, I haven't had to use much lately because of the extremely dry conditions. The weather should have been a lot better. It's mid-October and it should have been raining since the beginning of September at least. And it's been absolutely dry. It's where we had a mob of sheep come through and really go through the grass. Everything is dead. When it starts raining again, a full-time job is going to be slashing the paddocks and mowing the lawns. I'll watch my fuel gauge here to make sure I'm not going to burst it out all over the back of the tractor. Nearly there. Yeah, it's been a savage spring so far. Getting close now. Gotta listen very carefully. I think I'll quit right on the head. Raincoat over it and away we go. I'll put the fuel cap on. Have to fill up the mower too soon. I've got a little odd jobs we're doing at the moment. Plus I've got one thing I've got to do very soon is fill this up with rubbish and take a trip to the dump. Because I've got more and more stuff that's really got to go. An example of the general rubbish that I can't recycle. This is just general muck and stuff. Over here I have an old box trailer. This is all full of steel and aluminium that will go to the scrap metal merchants. And I've got tons of this old corrugated iron that just is way too far gone even for a chicken shed. But that's for another day. Well, thanks for coming along again, and don't forget to hit that thumbs up button and come again.